Today, we are turning ChatGPT on his head. I'm going to show you how I took my ChatGPT skills from 0 to hero with 7 mind-blowing tips that will supercharge your ability to use AI like never before. And trust me, you haven't seen anything like number 7 before. What's up guys, my name is Vee Khuu and welcome back to another epic adventures on AI for Biz channel. If you ever felt like you're just scratching the surface of ChatGPT, well, you're not alone, but that changes today. I've been using ChatGPT's technology since 2020, so I've gathered a lot of tips and secrets, strategies that allow us to use ChatGPT in a way that I did not think it was possible. Without further ado, let's jump into tip number 1. The ChatGPT Basic Framework. With over 185 million users using ChatGPT, it is estimated that only 5% of people understand how to use ChatGPT correctly and knowing how to prompt. The basic frameworks that I'm sharing with you is very easy to understand. Depends on your task, you can choose one of the following. First framework is RTF. R is for role. You assign a role to ChatGPT so it knows where to pull its information from. Imagine you have a map of a big city. Without assigning a role, you are telling ChatGPT to find its best information from its knowledge base to perform your task. But if you assign a role to ChatGPT, it knows exactly where to go and find the information within its knowledge base to pull that information from and to perform the task for you. T is for task. You will tell ChatGPT what you want it to perform. F is for format. You want to tell ChatGPT the format you expect the output to be. So it looks like this. The role. You are a copywriter for Facebook ads. The task. Create an effective Facebook ads for this product. The output, you would say something like, the output must be in storyboard format. Next, we have tag, T-A-G. T is for task. You will tell ChatGPT what you expect it to do. Action is more or less like goal. You are assigning a role and telling it what to do. For example, act as a Facebook ads expert. And the goal is your objective for this task. For example, the task is to evaluate the different ad sets that you have. The action, act as if a Facebook ad expert. The goal is to improve the ad's performance. By telling ChatGPT the goal that you want to achieve, letting it know what your output expectation is, and let it use its knowledge to help you achieve that task. Being specific is a lot better than being vague with AI. Next, we have BAB, B-A-B, before, after, and bridge. This framework allows ChatGPT to pull its knowledge base to guide you and coach you through certain tasks. For example, before, we ranked number 100 on Google for the keyword AI assistant. After, we want to be ranking top 5 for the keyword AI assistant. And the bridge, this is where you tell ChatGPT to coach you. Give me a detailed plan with all the SEO related tasks I need to do to achieve that goal. It must be detailed. Next, we have care. C-A-R-E. C is for context. You want to provide context to ChatGPT so that it knows where you're coming from and where you are trying to go. Action is the task that you want it to do. Result. From the task that you asked it to do, let it know what result you want, what expectation you have. And then the last letter, E, is for example. Do you have an example of other outputs that is exactly the way that you're looking for? For example, context. Telling ChatGPT we are building a campaign for a new product. The product is an AI assistant tool. Then you give the product's name to ChatGPT. The action is give us a target audience that would love to buy this product.
Before you say anything, I know this is oversimplified, but it's just an example, so just relax. When you write your own prompt, be more specific. Now let's get back to the main video.
The result is, my outcome is to look for the exact target market who would love this product. Example would be to plug in a similar product I could find on Google similar to mine. Finally, RISE. R-I-S-E. Role, input, steps, expectation. This is the framework that I used the most. Role. Imagine you are a content strategist. Input. I've gathered a list of my best performing Facebook posts, tweets, or Instagram captions. Steps. Step is a bit different. If you know the steps that you wanted to take, you would list the steps out. If not, then you can have ChatGPT list out the steps. Say, provide the steps to achieve X. And X is the expectation. Perhaps you aim to increase your engagement by certain percent. For example, increase my engagement by 30%. Those are the 5 basic prompting frameworks that I use and I share with my clients whenever they ask me to help them with their prompts. The second tip is to use prompt chaining.
Prompt chaining is like having a continuous conversation. To solve a complicated problem, you start with a question, get an answer, and then use that answer to ask a more detailed question. It's a step-by-step process where each response informs the next question, helping to narrow down or expand on the information you need. This method is useful for digging deeper into topics or solving problems more effectively by building on each response. Let's pivot back to the main video where Vee will show us prompt chaining in action.
The prompt is the role. You're an expert in doing deep analysis to find information that is hard to understand on the surface. The task, research top 10 reasons why people buy a home in zip code 80219. Format, 10 bullet points, each with a target market. Imagine you are a realtor. You want to sell a home in zip code. Given the market that we're in right now, you might not have to do much. However, let's say the market is dire and you need to do something to attract traffic. You might want to do something like this to help you with research, right? I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter and see what it comes back with. Okay, looks like it's done. Right off the bat, it says new construction and contemporary design. And it even quote Redfin, affordability, large lot and open space, diverse housing options, proximity to urban amenity, very close to downtown Denver, yes. Employment opportunity, education opportunity, cultural diversity, and yes. If you didn't start with having it research the reason why someone would buy in this zip code, you would have missed many of these talking points. Let's say now I want to write a blog post. I'm ready. I'm gonna choose from this list of 10. Let's say I want to choose number 1, number 4, and number 9 for my blog post. Now I'm gonna keep going, and I don't have to start my prompt all over again. I can continue. My prompt now is I want to write a blog post using reason 1, 4, and 9. Give me 10 catchy blog title options. I'm not jumping into the blog right away. I'm still gonna take my time, and now I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to give me 10 titles for my blog post. Now I'm gonna hit enter and see. Just like that, now I have 10 blog titles to choose from. If I like any of them, I can continue. Or if I want to, I can go back to my prompting framework and change out the role, ask ChatGPT to generate again. For the example of this video, let's say I choose title number 6. I can now prompt it to write the outline or variations of the outlines, and then the intro, talking point number 1, talking point number 2, so on and so forth. It's a much better approach and is much easier to get exactly what you want from ChatGPT. Now, besides prompt chaining, what we just did also was a way to, what I did here was to use ChatGPT to help me brainstorm the blog titles instead of me thinking 10 different options for ChatGPT to do. Another option you can use ChatGPT to research is to write for your target audience. Tip number 3, which is reverse engineering. Let's say you're browsing Facebook and you saw an interesting ad, and now you want to reverse engineer on how you can write the exact same copy but using your product or services. You can use ChatGPT to help you reverse engineer that. Let me go to Facebook ads library and find an interesting ads to copy or to take inspirations. I've been looking around and I like this New Jersey Real Estate Investor Associations. The headline, are you having a hard time finding good real estate deals? If yes, then this event is not to miss. And well, it's kind of short. Let me find something a little bit longer. I think this is the entire ads right there. How about this one? Okay, so this one from Zago Real Estate said, no lowball offer. Did you know that you can sell your house without repairs, paying an agent, or waiting months to close? Sell your house as is. No lowball offer. On time, on your timeline. No commission fee. No repairs needed. It looks like an ad that I used to run, basically giving all the same benefits to the seller. Now I'm gonna go ahead and reverse engineer this for another product. What I'm gonna do is I will copy this and go back to ChatGPT. So for this example, I'm using the framework CARE. Context, I am trying to write a Facebook ad copy for my product, a fictitious toothpaste. I love the following ad I found on Facebook, but for a different niche. The action, reverse engineer the ad in the example for me. So I'm telling it, reverse engineer the example for me and write the ad for my products. The result, the desired outcome is an ad similar in length, tone, and style. Now let's send it to ChatGPT and see the result. No more ordinary smiles. Did you know that you can get brighter teeth without harsh chemicals, expensive treatments, or waiting weeks for a result? Whiten your teeth naturally. No harsh chemicals. On your schedule. No expensive dental visits. No damaging abrasives. See result fast. I've got a new way to achieve a dazzling smile without spending a fortune on compromising on safety. And then it says no obligation, no pressure, I make it easy. Let's go back to the ad, right? The part right here where it says no obligation, no pressure, I make it easy, doesn't really apply to toothpaste, but you get the ideas. On top of that, you can tweak it to your liking, right? Now, this is the first step. You can do prompt chaining. You can give feedback to ChatGPT so that it can change the output for you. And that is reverse engineering. Talking about reverse, the next tip is to reverse role. If you want to write something and you're not sure how to achieve it, you could ask ChatGPT to ask you questions so that ChatGPT can accomplish the task based on your input. I'm going to continue with this example of toothpaste and show you how to get it done. As I mentioned earlier, I don't like the second half of the ad that it generated. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to rewrite, but I want it to use my input. My request to ChatGPT is to rewrite the ad based on my product. You can ask me 3 questions about my products to help you with this task. In reality, you can do 3, you can do 5, 10. It's really up to you. So if you want a specific number of questions, ChatGPT will ask you, put that number in so that it knows to follow that instructions. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and send that instruction in. It says to tailor the ad copy more closely with your products. Let me ask you a few questions about your fictitious toothpaste. It's asking me, number 1, what are the key benefits or unique selling points of your toothpaste? Who's the target audience for your toothpaste? Does your toothpaste have any certification or endorsement? Since this is a fictitious product, I'm going to have fun with it. Answer number 1 is just salt. Nothing special. Just plain salt. Number 2, the target audience. Let's just say is people who believes in global warming. Next, let's say, does your toothpaste have any certification or endorsement? Yeah, it's organic. ADA approved. American Dentists Association approved 100%. All right, let's see. Now look at that. It asked me questions about the products. Now it wrote the ad with the format that I wanted, but it tailored the ad to my products. No more compromises on dental care. And it even have a little earth right here because I mentioned my target audience is people who believes in global warming. Just like that, you now can have ChatGPT take your input and put that into its response to cater to something that specifically for you. Nothing bland, nothing generic anymore. Tip number 5 is parameters. You want to use parameters to put guardrails on the output of ChatGPT to help you get better outputs. Let's continue with the ad it just generated. Put on some parameters and ask ChatGPT to rewrite another version. All you need to do is put in the parameters like tones, writing styles, or voice, word count, the emotion that you want it to convey. It looks like this. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna say write variations, parameters, write in the style of a haiku, short Japanese style poem. Use Les Brown's voice in the tone of Cat Williams. This is gonna be interesting. Here's the haiku. It says, salt cleans, earth smile why, nature's brush teeth glow with pride, bright smile, green stride glide. In the essence, we capture the spirits of Les Brown's motivational tone with a playful and distinctive flair of Cat Williams, all within the structure of simplicity of a haiku. Now, I don't know anything about haiku, so I don't know if this is good or bad. The point is that you can put in parameters and change the output and morph the output into something that you want. That's the best part. The next tip is to use custom instructions. Now, let's say you do have a product like this Himalayan salt toothpaste and you are running this company. Do you want to keep on putting the same information into ChatGPT every single time so that it knows about you and your company? It takes a lot of time. Even Sam Altman doesn't like that. That's why when they rolled out GPT-4, they also give us the custom instructions. Custom instructions allow you to put in information about you and your products so that ChatGPT can pull from each time it's generating an output. You no longer have to put in information about you every single time so that it generates customized outputs for you. To access custom instructions, you need to go down to the bottom left corner of ChatGPT, click on your name, and then goes to customize ChatGPT. Once you are there, you will see 2 boxes. The top box is for you to let ChatGPT know information about you. The bottom part is how you want ChatGPT to structure the output. I've tried a lot of different ways to optimize this top box. The format that I'm sharing with you right now, I feel this is one of the best format for this top box. This is just the way I use it. Feel free to put in your own and try it out. The top box, you would need these 5 things. Keep in mind you only have 1,500 characters, so be concise. About me, you would want it to know your name, your personality, things that you care, things that you stand for. Company's detail is pretty straightforward. Your company's name, what do you do? Product details, do you have any information about your products? Are you a realtor? Do you buy? Do you sell? Are you a real estate investor? Do you rent homes? You flip homes, things like that. Target audience, who do you talk to the most? Who is the target audience for your products? And then communication styles. How do you communicate? Do you use light humor? Are you witty? What tone of voice do you like the most? Are you inspirational? Things like that. Fill this top box with those 5 categories up to a maximum of 1,500 characters. It's going to help you get far better outputs from your ChatGPT because it knows about you, it knows about your company, your products, the target audience you are talking to, and how you like to communicate. The bottom box is really up to you. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? Do you have any specific tones that you want it to use consistently throughout all of your chats? Do you want it to give you output in a certain format, For example, do you want it to give you outputs in code, Python, HTML, whatever you want ChatGPT to give you as an output? This is the box you would fill in. You could also leave it blank if you want, in case you want to change the style from chat to chat. And lastly, tip number 7. When I found out about this tips, it changed everything for me. Tip number 7 is to use Markdown format. So what is Markdown? Markdown is a simple way to format text on the internet. Just like when you're writing a document on Microsoft Word, you have title, you have bold text, you have italics. ChatGPT is a computer program. It cannot read bold text, so it doesn't know what you want to emphasize in your text. With Markdown, now you can tell ChatGPT what to pay attention to. Let me go back to the top. You see this, it says context, action, result, example. ChatGPT see everything as the same. But if I want it to see context in bold, I need to format it with Markdown. To make things easy, there are plenty of Markdown editor online for you to use. Let me share one with you. The one that I really like using is Stack Edit. Just go to stackedit.io, hit start editing. You will see so what's the difference? For example, let's say I want to write a blog post. On the left hand side is the code that I write. On the right hand side is what the computer will see. Right now it's just simple text. If I want to make this a title, H1 title, all I need to do is put in one hashtag and put a space. All of a sudden now it knows that this is a title. Let's say number 2. If I just put number 2, that's a text. If I put 2 hashtags, that's a subheading, H2 title. Same thing with 3 hashtags, it becomes H3 title. If I want to make it bold, let's say I want to have text as bold, I can go up here and click bold. You see this 2 little asterisks? That's to indicate make this text bold, and you can see on the right hand side here also in bold. And now if I want to do italic, all I need to do is go up here and hit italic, now with 1 asterisk. Then let's say I want to do listicles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So these are the 5 steps I want to have ChatGPT do. I can go up here and put in either a bullet list or a number list. Let's say I put in bullets. You can see it said list item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. If I don't want bullets, I want numbers, I can go ahead and change it to numbers. When you start prompting in Markdown, you can do a lot with your prompt. For instance, the RISE framework earlier. Let me write something and show you the example. For this example, the role I have is imagine you're a social media content strategist. The input, I've gathered all the best performing quotes, Facebook posts, and numbers of engagement from my account. The steps, study my input, give me a detailed action plan to double my engagement, write 5 Facebook posts based on my action plan. Normally, I would stop right here. Just ask to give me the action plan. Then I would do a prompt chaining or add another action to ChatGPT and ask to write my Facebook post. So each of these line is 1 action steps in ChatGPT after it has given me the output. But now with Markdown, I'm giving step-by-step instructions to ChatGPT in a way that it could understand. It will do everything all in one shot. I've tried this with Cloud 2, 2.1, and even Google Gemini. ChatGPT is the only one that would adhere to all of the steps I list out and do everything in one shot. Cloud 2.1 was hit and miss. Expectation, aim to double my engagement from all the posts. Now what I'm gonna do is turn each of this section into one headline so GPT has a clear structure to work with. I'm gonna do a 1 hashtag, so turn this into H1 headline. All you need to do is put a hashtag and a space. Now I have 6 steps in here. All I have to do is go to each of the items and start putting in numbers, or hit the number list button on top. Step number 4 is something we have never discussed before, and consider this as your bonus. You're telling it to change out the persona, take out this one hat, put on another, and say, hey, now I want you to be a hard critic and tell me why you don't like the 5 Facebook posts you just wrote. After that, I'm telling it to rewrite based on the feedback from step 4. So it knows exactly what to do at this point. When I hit to step number 5, I'm going to base my input on step number 4 and write something new. Then I can add expectations. On the right hand side, you will see everything is clearly structured. One more thing you can do, if you want ChatGPT to not do something, for example, don't use repetitive words. Instead of using it in this form, don't use repetitive word. This is a negative instructions. It'll be far better for you to use positive instructions. It'll be 100 times better, 1,000 times better. So instead of using negative instructions, write something like avoid using repetitive words. You want to tell ChatGPT and all of these large language model what to do instead of what not to do. And I've seen a lot of people give a long list of don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, and the other. Think of ChatGPT like a human. If you tell someone, don't think of a pink elephant, that person is going to think of a pink elephant. It'll be far better to say, avoid this, give it positive instructions on what you want it to do, not what you do not want it to do. And there you have it, guys. 7 insane tips to supercharge my ChatGPT skills, and now they are yours too. I hope you are as blown away by these tips as I was when I first discovered them. Remember, the world of AI is just at the beginning. We are just scratching the surface. Real magic happens when you start applying these tips to the way you prompt and the way you use ChatGPT. But hey, why stop there? If you're pumped about the possibility of using generative AI in your business, then you're gonna want to take action on this. I'm taking one-on-one consultation call to help you leverage generative AI in your business. Check out the link in the description below. Let's unlock the potential of AI together. Before you go, if you love this video, smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification. You won't want to miss what we have coming up next. Thanks for watching, and remember, the future is yours to create. AI is there to help.